Well, now that the Air Canada dispute has ended with a tentative agreement that will be going to a vote, there is some more attention being paid now to the ongoing Canada Post dispute. Now, you will recall there has been a long struggle by Canada Post workers to secure this new contract, this new renewal. There was a labor disruption heading into Christmas last year. Then there were some talks. Then there was, mediation, but the mediators apparently were busy with the Air Canada dispute, so Canada Post got put onto the back burner. Now we hear things are about to pick up. Here with the update for us from the Canadian Union of Postal Workers, Jim Gallant. Thanks very much for joining us on CJAD.
Thanks for having us back on.
What is the latest?
Well, yesterday the union went with an offer in hand. We met at a hotel with the mediators and Canada Post, and provided two comprehensive offers for collective agreements. The meeting was a very short meeting, under an hour, and we provided them with approximately, I guess, it's probably close to 1,000 pages of paper that had, our collective agreements. One of them's a collective agreement since basically 1970, and the other one's a newer one. But a lot of paper in those collective agreements, and we killed a couple of trees yesterday and provided them with language that's detailed language for much of what we were demanding.
Canada Post had said going into its last offer, what was that, May I think?
May 28th.
Yeah, that was the best it was going to be able to do. That was its best and final offer, and that was the one that there was a forced vote by your members, and it ended up being rejected. In your brief conversations yesterday, did you see any opening from Canada Post that they were willing to enrich what they were just a few months ago calling their last and best offer?
The quick answer is no, but basically there was no emotion on the other side of the room at all, almost no discussion whatsoever. We presented what we presented, and we asked if they had any questions, and they said they would get back to us. And a few questions were sent back through the mediators that we're answering this morning. I actually walked away from that conversation to take your call.
Well, we do appreciate you doing that to be here with us. On a hope scale of 1 to 10 for a resolution within a matter of days or a couple of weeks, what number are you at?
Well, I guess I'm always at a 5. That's my problem. You don't have a deal until you have a deal, and you don't know what the other side is thinking. And they heard from, we had the highest turnout ever for a vote. 80% of the membership showed up. We have 55,000 members, so if you do the math, 42,000 people showed up to vote, and 70% of them voted that they were not buying what the employer was selling. So now Canada Post executive, they have to think about this. So there's 18 to 30 people that will make a decision if they're going to accept the union's offer. It's almost not fair. You have those few people deciding if there'll be a strike or a lockout, compared to 42,000 that decided that Canada Post, it wasn't where they needed to be. So, I've been a postal worker since 1988, 37 years in, and I've been in a lot of labor disputes where the employer goes, "This is our final offer. This is our final offer." Third time, "This is our final offer." That's what employers say, and sometimes that's what unions say, but it's not final until it's accepted.
Are you willing to negotiate on your end based on as a starting point being what you presented yesterday?
Well, the starting point was a long time ago, and it was we've dropped quite a bit of demands, but this is where we're at now. We've said that this is the bare minimum that we're willing to accept, and we didn't call it a final and best offer, but we don't get to put it to the membership to have a vote. These executive people that The CEO is making $650,000, and all the vice presidents are making $300,000+ in bonuses, and those are the people that are going to decide if Canadians have a postal service.
Now that you have responded this morning to the points that I guess Canada Post was asking for clarification on, or whatever more detail that they wanted, what is the next step?
Well, again, either Canada Post could come back and say, we accept with your answers, we accept your deal, or they could come back and say, we accept your deal except for X, Y, and Z, and we say this. So again, it's either an agreement or we continue to bargain. There are other options, obviously. We know that the government has interfered a number of times. They could order us back to work again and give us binding arbitration. Canada Post could lock us out. We've been clear since May that we wanted a pause to bargain a collective agreement. We were the adults in the room saying that we weren't going to, other than not taking overtime, we were going to be at work every day. And Canada Post has done everything to chase business away, and they've chased most of it to the company that they own, Purolator. And people will see it. Their bank statements, their passports are coming in Purolator envelopes with a Canada Post envelope inside it. And those are the sorts of things that they're doing. And this morning they're trying to put fear into workers. And this morning they actually moved up government checks. They ordered everybody to take checks out today that weren't due out today. They weren't due out until tomorrow or Monday. So those are scare tactics to think that they might be locking us out, right?
That was not a possibility that had even crossed my mind, that they would move so quickly to lockout.
No, it shouldn't cross your mind. But those are the sorts of, they rattle sabers and they do things to panic people. And the worst thing you can do in these kinds of situations is panic people.
Jim Gallant, thanks very much for the update. I'm sure we'll be speaking again in future.
Thanks very much.
Jim Gallant of the Canadian Union of Postal Workers.